Well, you have to remember that the United States was one of the drivers of the creation of the UN system from the beginning. So the U.S. stake in these institutions was always very visible and has been very sustained and essential to the thriving of those institutions and their ability to function. So the United States stepping back from that position of international leadership has a series of different consequences. First of all, it deprives our allies and some of our closest partners of one of their strongest partners. That's one of the first things we've seen as the United States steps back. Second, it loses US influence. If we leave the table, there are other countries who are quite happy to take our seat. So that is a very clear and explicit trade-off that happens. If the United States walks away, someone else will walk up, and that's an open question whether whoever walks up shares our values or our interests. So that's the second thing. And the third is just that for ordinary Americans, for all of the values and interests that the United States has stood for over time, those are advanced well when we work within a structure of international cooperation and through these institutions. And we lose a critical instrument in our ability to advance our values and preserve our interests and extend some of the critical priorities we've worked for over the years, whether those are the human rights issues that we've just talked about, whether it's issues of global development that the United States has been such a leader in, whether it's some of the security issues that matter to Americans in terms of our national security. Our ability to advance those interests and values is diminished if we're not participating in a significant way in these institutions.